Good morning, everyone. My name is Louise from Clarity Crafts here in the UK. Welcome to Groovi Tuesday. Hope everybody is doing well. Just going to do my usual ramble until our lovely friends come into the room. I can see some of our lovely friends have already commented. Hello. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Clive. So it's Tuesday again. It's been a bit frosty this morning, but it's nice and sunny outside, so that's good. We have had a bit too much rain. We had a big thunderstorm yesterday. I do like the sound of a thunderstorm, but obviously I have to be inside, not outside. So Jane's going to be in the room with you today, so thank you, Jane. She'll be there to answer any questions that you have, and also feed through anything to me that she needs me to know. So I'm just sounded all good. Thank you, Jane. So just doing my normal waffle until everybody comes into the room. So how was everybody's weekend? Were they good? It was an interesting weekend for me. I had a really lovely massage because I do get a lot of back pain on Saturday. Had a really lovely massage, lasted 45 minutes. And the middle of my spine felt so much better after. I think I must have had loads and loads of knots from years of stress probably. But no, she loosened all of the knots in my back. It was really good. Until Sunday, I was coming out of the shower and I fell onto my right hip, and now I have really bad sciatica. So yeah, that wasn't fun. But I've always said if I was an animal, my spirit animal would probably be a panda, because I am very clumsy. But it happens, these things happen. So I've got a nice hot water bottle. That's easing it a little bit, but it's all good. We're all good. So we've got the sale on at the moment, the member sale. So if you're a member, you've probably already placed an order, or a couple. I have a little list that I kind of gather, and then I can place my order at some point this week. So looking forward to that. But yeah, so we are on the second week of our project. So that's good. So we're on the second week of our project. We started it last week, so it was really lovely. We got the square frames and the special day sentiments, which is the Art Deco ones. We've got those, and we've put that in the border. So if I show you, here we go. So yes, we created last week. We started the frame. And then we've put in most of the line art, so I've just got to finish the little corners and the little bits and pieces here and there. So I've just got to finish that one. Finish the border, and then what I thought we'd do today is, after I finish this border, is we'll do some of the white work. So depending on what tools you like, we've got the shaders or the ball tools. So I might use one of the shaders and one of the little ball tools. I've got what have I got here? I've got my 3mm. So that's a good size for that one. You might be able to get away with the 4.5 as well. And then we've got the small and medium shaders. So the small shader, the 0.8, is now back in stock. So if anybody was waiting to get the 0.8mm shader tool, it's now in stock, and I believe now, because if you're a member, you'll get that half price. So that's always good. So yeah, so shaders back in stock, so that's good. So I'm just going to be using these those tools for the white work, and we're going to finish this lovely border, and then once we've done all of the white work, we can then head into the colour. Then lastly, we've got this really lovely little grid pattern. I always think this is really nice because you can use this around the border, which looks really lovely. But these could be flowers, they could be stars. So, you know, this grid works perfect for Christmas or anything really, because of it looks like little mini stars, doesn't it? But the shaders are my favourite, I must admit, because I know everybody has a preference. Mine are the shaders because I get that lovely soft touch with them. And because I'm heavy-handed a little bit, I mean, it does take me a little bit of effort to slow down. But once the shaders have always helped with the fact of, you know, just lightly pressing. But everybody has a preference. So you can use whichever ones you like if you wanted to do some white work. If you didn't, then you could just use a little bit of colour in the borders. But that's up to you. Okay, so there we go. So let's start. So I'll take that out of the way. This is where we are at the moment. So that's where I finished last week. So does anybody know what day it is today? I'm going to try and work out this border. It's Pancake Day. How many of our lovely friends are going to have some pancakes today? I had some pancakes at the weekend, and I'm going to have some more pancakes this weekend. Because we've already got dinner planned today. But yeah, so that would be nice. And I love pancakes. What does everybody have with their pancakes? Yes, James, Tuesday, Groovi Tuesday. But yeah, Shrove Tuesday, Pancake Day. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, Pancake Day. I love pancakes. Growing up, I don't know, I expect most of our lovely friends probably have sugar and lemon. I think that's quite a popular choice. That's what my dad and my stepmom had at the weekend. They had sugar and lemon, or lemon and sugar. Yeah, everybody's a lemon and sugar girl. Oh man. So yeah, it's because I have quite a sweet tooth, and I suppose our family just grew up with it. I have butter and golden syrup, which I know is very, very sugary. But yeah, it's very, very tasty. But it's all right to have as a little treat, isn't it? I've gluten-free pancakes, and they're nice. Very, very tasty. So yeah, it looks like everybody is a lemon and sugar in the lemon and sugar gang. Apart from me, that has such a sweet tooth. It's just what I grew up with. We always had, I know when I was little, my grandma used to make Scotch pancakes, and I used to be able to eat loads when I was younger. I could eat and eat and eat, and people would say, "Oh, you've got hollow legs." But I do really like my food, I must admit. I think food is one of those pleasures in life, isn't it? Now, maybe should I go in a little bit more? Might as well. Let me move that a little bit, then we can see a bit better. So yeah, so the last, I suppose it's originally it was the last day of celebration, wasn't it, or a feasting day before you would go into the 40 days of Lent. Is anybody giving up anything for Lent? I used to do it a lot at school. We always used to have a little challenge at primary school. What are you giving up for Lent? And you got a prize if you gave it up for 40 days. An incentive. But yeah, does anybody give up anything for Lent? Has anybody got anything that they're thinking, oh, maybe not a good idea for 40 days? yes, gluten-free for me is means I can enjoy a lot more. Because they do say if you have fibromyalgia, then you should what should you do? You should try and have gluten, because the gluten calms the inflammation down, or the lack of gluten. Gluten-free does. So I'm just doing these with the number 2 tool, just remembered, because and then I'm switching over for the leaves. I'm switching over to the number 1. I'm going to do a little bit of white work at the tips, but it doesn't matter. I can still use the number 1. So I'm only doing a tiny little bit of white work at the end. But with these, I'm going to be creating a little bit of white work from here down. Yeah, I think that was a big thing as a child, giving up sweets for Lent. Yeah, that was very, very difficult for me growing up, giving up sweets for Lent. I managed it one year, actually. I went 40 days without chocolate. But I mean, yeah, then we've got Easter's quite early this year as well, isn't it? It's the 5th of April this year, Easter Sunday. So yeah, we're not far away now. It's a bit early this year. I suppose it just depends on the lunar cycle, doesn't it? The lunar calendar. Easter's always, I think it's the first Sunday after the spring equinox, I believe. Yeah, I never really understood that as a child, why Easter moved and Christmas didn't. But then as you get older, you kind of understand a little bit more. Okay, so I'm just doing these ones. These are quite cute. Little rosebuds or anything, really, isn't it? So pretty. So yeah, all of our lovely colleagues are downstairs picking all of the orders. So if anybody, it does take a little bit of time, because as a lot of our friends know, we make to order. So we have a lot of orders. So yeah, so just bear with us. And we will get that order out as soon as possible. It's always worth the wait. That's what I always used to think back when I was a customer. I was like, yes, it's always worth the wait. I mean, not many companies really do 50% off. I wish they did. Imagine getting 50% off of books. Although the Kindle does help. You get books a lot cheaper with the Kindle. But yeah, I mean, we always get 50-60% off at clothes shops with all of the stuff that nobody wants anymore. But to have it off normal stuff, the everyday stuff that we sell, is really, really good. There we go. So I've done my little rosebuds. So let me turn. There we go. Oh, okay. Yeah, Ramadan is also based on the lunar calendar, so moves back by about 14 days every year. Okay. My friend used to her celebration was Ramadan, and she used to come to college. So I used to make sure that I quickly ate something before I went to see her at my break, so I didn't eat in front of her, because I thought it's really, really unfair to go and see your friend and you're eating your lunch, and she obviously can't eat, bless her. But yes, I quickly used to sneak and eat something before going to see her. I thought, oh, I'll just quick sandwich, and then let me move this out again. and then go and see her and hang out for lunch at college. That was fun because I used to work at, used to have college in Brighton. It was a place called Basvic, and you could just go over the hill and there was Churchill Square. It was so close. It's fun times, college. I enjoyed college. I preferred college to secondary school. I didn't like secondary school at all. Everybody was always so horrible. It's all the hormones, I suppose. Okay, so now we've got our outside frame, our inside frame, and also we've got our little inside bit. So what I have done on this card is I've just added some little flowers. Now these little flowers are actually from the Midi plate somewhere. Here they are. These ones here. I thought they're quite cute. So I'm just going to splash them here and there. I'm going to use the number 2 because I want to put a little bit of white work on the flowers. Oh, we didn't have any fireworks around here actually, maybe because of the thunderstorm. But oh, Chinese New Year! Yay! The year of the horse this year. It's the year of the snake last year. Okay. So I suppose last year was all about shedding the things that you didn't want anymore, and now with the year of the horse, anything that you are doing will progress quite quickly. I suppose, seeing as oh, let me come in a little bit. Seeing as the horse is all about moving forward, and it's quite interesting learning about other cultures. I always used to love learning about other cultures. So interesting. Right, I'm just figuring out where to put some flowers. So I'm just moving the, oh, let's just move it down a little bit so everybody can see. So I did start then. There we go. So just here and there. These are cute little flowers. This plate mate is always so useful. I use this quite a lot for my frames. I mean, we have a lot of frames. If you have a look, I mean, I haven't got the plate here anymore. But these frames here, the Art Deco square ones that came out just recently, these are really pretty. But there are so many other frames that you can use. I was looking at some the other day, and yeah, I couldn't believe how many frames we have now. That, you know, sometimes they come out with a collection or something, but you know, there are so many different frames. Okay, so I'm just going to put one there. It's quite fun to decide where you want things on a composition sometimes. I quite enjoy this part. With a new project, I love kind of working out a composition. Gets your imagination kick-started. I think that's why I started reading a little bit more as well, because I think sometimes I can be a little bit guilty of, you know, sometimes not having a little bit of lack of motivation and doom scrolling on social media and things like that. So I think reading's really helped. Crafting helps all the time. Yeah, it's just things to keep your mind active, I suppose. It's always useful. Yeah, I can't believe Easter's so early this year. 5th of April, it's not that far. Well, I suppose it's 40 days, isn't it, from Lent, so. Okay. Let's put these nice little flowers in. Okay, and that one. Really cute. So apart from Groovi Tuesday, apparently it's National Random Acts of Kindness Day, which is nice. So I suppose it it was saying me, today is National Random Acts of Kindness Today. Buy a coffee for somebody standing behind you in line. Give somebody a smile. Problem is nowadays, if you just randomly smiled at somebody, but I think people sometimes look at you as though they're thinking, oh, what's wrong with you? Why are you smiling at me? But you know, it's nice to have somebody smile at you, isn't it? I think it's nice to receive a compliment sometimes as well. It's like somebody the other day said, oh, I like your trainers. Took me back, so I was like, oh, okay, thank you. That's nice. Not my trainers, my boots. Oh, have we had Easter on March 22nd before? Wow, that's really early. Okay, there we go. So I've done my little flowers in the border as well. So yeah, I think that's all I need for the plate mate and the special day sentiments Art Deco plate. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, definitely. I think I would definitely be a panda if I was an animal. Have you seen like little videos of pandas? They kind of roll down. They kind of have these, in China, they have these great big playpens and they have like logs and they go up and they fall all the way down the log, but they never get hurt. They just kind of just roll and collapse. That would be me if I was an animal. I mean, so my mum said, I think I'd be a lion or something. I'd be a wild animal, like a wild cat. And she said, a couple of weeks ago, she said, what would you be? I said, what do you think I would be? I'd probably be a panda. You know how clumsy I am. I literally can walk into a doorway that's wide, a wide doorway, and hit my hip on the side of the doorway for some reason. Oh, Pat, I don't blame you. You can get carried away, can't you, with reading? I did the other day. I've started a new book, which I was reading last night. There's such a funny thing is the one time that you're sitting there, you're reading your book, it's a hardback book, you've got it on your lap, and all of a sudden Luna comes in from the side and stands on your book and then lays down on your book. And it seems to happen every time I read a book. She wants to be involved, so she wants to be where you're looking, and she just looks up at you and just meows. She's so cute. So cute. Shadow's funny. I kind of open my wardrobe to get my jumpers out or my clothes for the day, and she'll go into the wardrobe and I've got all my jumpers laid out at the bottom of the wardrobe, and she'll just sit on all my jumpers and she'll be fine there. She'll just, while I'm getting dressed, she'll just be in the wardrobe having a lay down on all my jumpers. Okay, so now that's our border done. Let me come out a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I'm on the soft side of the mat. I'm going to turn it over. I'm just going to use my tumble dryer sheet again because I'm going to do a bit of white work. It's always good to, it doesn't hurt just re-going over when you're about to do this. There we go. So, Chiara, so the plates that you would need for this, I've already done the border. This is one of the Art Deco square frames. Maybe Jane might be able to find the right one. I haven't got it in front of me. I've also used the Midi plate mate. So I've used some of the flowers on here, and it also obviously holds the Midi plate that I'm using. And I've got the special day Art Deco sentiments, which is back to front, and it's 42601. So this is really nice because it's got some really lovely sentiments. The old version of this is one of Paul's favourites because of the lovely sentiments he's got on there. But we're using the little flowers for the parts in this border. And then this one comes from the same frame as that one. So yeah, so those are the plates I'm using. If you go to the first episode of Groovi Tuesday as well, you'll find I probably have the numbers for all 4 of these plates on at the beginning of the Groovi Tuesday last week. So you might want to go back to the first one to see how I started, and there's also the numbers of these plates on there as well. I'll kind of go through what you need on the first session. Okay, so it's back to front. I've got my tumble dry sheet. So in my card, let me bring it back in. Oh, come here, you little rascal. Yes. So in these little flowers outside there, I've put some white work in those. I've also got a tiny little bit of white work in the flowers, and a little bit of white work on these little buds here, and a little bit of white work on these flowers inside as well to match with the outside. Okay, so let's just go and do a little bit of white work. I'm going to use my small shader, so I'm going to use the 0.8 to start with. And put my Groovi guard over here just to kind of measure. Let me come in a little bit. There we go. We can see a little bit closer there. There we go. Oh, hello. Yeah, there we go. Thought it'd focus eventually. Oh, thank you, Jane. Jane's put the number up for the Art Deco square frame around the outside. Thank you, Jane. Okay, so now I'm just going to, with the 0.8 shader tool, just slightly, you can always build up the white work if you want to. Just a little bit. And it's the piece plate, isn't it? Thank you, Jane. 42598. Perfect. There we go. So I'm just working my way around. Again, if you wanted to, you might just want to colour in these outside bits here. So you might want to get your polychromos and do a little bit of a light colour at the top and a dark colour here, especially if you've done the enhanced colour pencil work course. You'll know what I mean. But I think the white work just gives it a little bit of shading. I always think white work looks quite elegant on a card. Just be a little bit gentle to begin with, and you can always build up if you wanted to. Ooh. I've got Groovi tabs on the side of my black mat, and it's where did my thingy go? There it is. Watched a couple of films at the weekend as well. Some of them were okay, some of them were a bit bizarre. I watched this film with Tom Hardy. That was called Havoc. And that was very violent. I didn't expect it to be that violent. Some parts of it were so violent, I thought, really? Was that really needed in that? And I did look away quite a few times, to be honest. But it was an okay film. Then we watched, what do we watch? Oh, a film called Good Will Hunting. Now that had Robin Williams in, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. That was one of Robin Williams' more serious films. Gosh, he was so funny, Robin Williams. Bless him. But yeah, that was a good film. So that was kind of about, it was at MIT, I think. And there was a calculation on the wall, and the teacher said, whoever can work out this equation will get a prize. Matt Damon was obviously one of the main characters, and he worked at MIT just as a janitor. But he's a genius, but he doesn't, he came from foster background and hasn't really had a very good break, and has had troubling childhood, so he hasn't gone to college or anything, but he reads, and he just really intelligent, and it's all about helping, kind of like he completes the equation on the wall, and the teacher's just like, who did that? So it's really just about him being helped and meeting his potential, and it was really good. Quite a good film. It was a bit calmer than Havoc, at least. Then we watched this really bizarre film called The Life of Chuck. It had Tom Hiddleston in it. And it kind of went backwards. At the beginning, you thought, oh, it's a, I'm going to say a word that I always struggle to say sometimes. Apocalyptic. It's like the apocalypse. You thought, oh, maybe it's a film like that, because all of a sudden, at the beginning of the film, it was almost like the whole world shutting down. And you thought, oh gosh, you know, things were breaking up, earthquakes and all sorts. And then it kind of, the universe just disappeared. But then the second part, what you realise during the film is that a teacher spoke to Chuck and said, you know, everybody that you meet in your lifetime, you know, you build up this memory, and then, so that sort of thing. I'm not very good at explaining films, to be honest. But yeah, so it kind of went backwards. At the beginning, it was almost like the whole universe ended, but basically it was his universe, because I think he had a brain tumor and he was dying. So he, but yeah, it was his universe that you find out it was his universe. So yeah, I think it was a Stephen King film. It was originally a book. But yeah, so we watched The Life of Chuck. But yeah, Stephen King films are quite good. A couple of years ago, I watched The Shining for the first time, because I grew up, and it's not until the last few years I've actually dipped my toe into watching horror films, because I was never ever, I never wanted to watch a horror film. It's not really, it wasn't really my cup of tea. I like watching period dramas and musicals and things that make you happy. And I don't like being jump scared, which is obviously horror film specialty. Yes, Life of Chuck was a bit like Benjamin Button. I said that the other day. I said it was a bit like Benjamin Button because the film went backwards. And yeah, so in Benjamin Button, he starts off as an old man, and then he meets somebody that he falls in love with. So as she gets older, he gets younger. That's quite an interesting film. And there's another Stephen King film that's just come out. It's called The Long Walk. Mum said, oh, I'd be quite interested in getting that. It's the most bizarrest film, though. It's almost like these people come into a competition. I think they get a prize if they can walk a certain amount of time. But the only problem is, I mean, it's a proper Stephen King film. You know how sometimes there's always a catch. There's always a reason why people do something. But if they fail, if they stop walking, they get shot. It's a very odd film. But I only watched another Stephen King film recently. I think it was called Misery. And that's the one where the writer gets stuck at the cabin. You know, and this lady's a really, really big fan of this writer, and she's a little bit fanatical. She doesn't like how he killed off one of the characters, and stop him. She kind of saves him from a car crash, takes him home, but then to stop him from escaping, she breaks his legs. Anyway, that's enough of me talking about Stephen King films. I think it's getting a little bit. Let's talk about a nice musical now, shall we? Just realised how many musicals I haven't watched. We watched, I think it was when we were watching The Life of Chuck, a musical came on the telly, and I was like, oh, what's that musical? That looks good. I've never watched that. Yep. it is quite scary. So it's a classic, but yeah, it's quite scary. You think, oh, like if somebody was famous and then got trapped by a bit of a crazy fan, but she's also a nurse, so she can get hold of certain prescriptions that would knock you out a little bit. Yeah, no, I think that started off me talking about the films I'd watched this weekend. Oh dear. So yeah, it's an interesting film weekend, I think. But yeah, Sunday I was mostly every time I was stood on the Sunday after falling in the shower, I was in agony. So, and I couldn't seem to concentrate on reading a book because of the pain. So that's why I watched a few films. But it was good. Yeah, just working on my work. So yeah, next time I have a massage, I'm going to make sure that my dad's actually bought a non-slip mat now for the shower, so it doesn't happen again. I just can't help being clumsy. I mean, I think if you're coming out of a shower, you're probably a bit overheated or tired, aren't you? And then, yeah, I just lost my footing and right hip went into the wall. And yeah, then sciatica. But yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare when you can't take things for granted when you're just doing things. Yeah, Jackie, I was just saying at the beginning how clumsy I am. Yeah, we've got a nice 2 p.m. show today as well. So Paul said to me, pick out some plates to show the artwork of our lovely design team. So I've got some nice plates to show you, plates that we've had before. And I thought the plates that we're going to show later, along with a few other bits at 2 p.m, are kind of ones that suit this kind of time, because you're going to be soon, a lot of us are going to be out in the garden, or some of us may already be gardening. I'm looking at all the leaves outside and I'm thinking, when I've got some strength, when my back's not hurting, in a couple of weeks maybe I'll get out there and brush up all the leaves. We kind of, I know it looks untidy, but we leave all the leaves during the winter because obviously animals hibernate under leaves, don't they, a lot of the time. And although it looks messy, you know, we just leave them out. You never know what kind of is going to hibernate under the leaves. And I mean, we've had little hedgehogs in the garden before. We even had toads in our garden. It is, yeah. I know what you mean, Nahid. It is. You do get a little bit. I think I was clumsy coming out of the shower because, like you say, a shower does knacker you out. Can be a little bit of a mammoth task sometimes. But the things that, yeah. And the way that you have to kind of make sure that you're okay for some days, so you limit what you can do one day. But we're all good. Got my hot water bottle. Got my tablets. We're all set. There you go. So I'm on my last side for my white work. Oh, you had a little toad under your shed, did you, Jane? We found one in our garden a couple of years ago. It was in the dark. It was in the summer. It was just on the steps. We put it somewhere else because we didn't want it near our guinea pigs and the rabbits. Obviously, they go out in the summer, and we didn't want it anywhere near the animals, just in case of, you know, infections that they may pass to them. So put him somewhere else. I was so worried that he was going to hop off, but he didn't jump or anything. Funny little animals, aren't they? And cute little frogs or toads. And weird sometimes, but I find cute. Yeah, it's amazing how many things you can get. I can kind of sometimes, a lot of the time, I can manage the pain. When something extra gets thrown into the mix, sometimes it can be a little bit harder to manage. But crafting helps, doesn't it? I think it takes you into another world. And I think the nice thing about crafting is you have something to show for it. You know, you accomplish something. By the end of whatever you're crafting, at the end of it, you've accomplished something. You have a nice little piece of art. I think that's the nice thing about crafting is not, you know, any crafting hobby, you have something to show for it. You know, either you've made a card for your friend, or you sent a birthday card to one of your family or something, and there's always something to show. You can say, you know, I did that. I think that's the nice thing about crafting as well. It kind of brings a community together. Everybody that, you know, like-minded individuals who enjoy crafting. You know, our community is one of the best, because everybody's so friendly, and anybody that's new, you know, if you go into Groovi Worldwide, Clarity Worldwide, Pokemano Worldwide, Clarity Crafts, Mini Makes and ATCs, we always have community on there that are ready to kind of, you know, help you if you've got any questions or inspiration. Everybody's always showing their cards, and it's a really lovely community to be part of. I must admit, most evenings I look on Groovi Worldwide or Clarity Worldwide to see what our lovely friends have made. Always some lovely cards. There we go. So I've done my white work for my little frames around the outside. I'm just going to do my little inside frame here now. Yes, I think the majority of our lovely friends are lovers of lemon and sugar. Is there actually anyone out there that likes golden syrup and butter, or is that just an odd thing? I always thought it was normal. But yeah, we've always had golden syrup and butter. So nice, especially when the hot pancakes are hot and the butter's melted and it mixes with the golden syrup. Gosh, I'm really looking forward to pancakes now. Oh, that's good, Jackie. Glad your husband's feeling a little bit better today. It's always nice when you have days like that. You think, oh, just make sure he paces himself and doesn't overdo it. What happens is when you feel a little bit okay, you think, oh, I can do so much more now, and then you get stuck. Okay, so Jane's hubby has golden syrup, but no butter. Okay, so I'm glad I'm not the only one that likes golden syrup. Does anybody here have maple syrup? Because that's quite an American and Canadian. Oh, Nutella. That sounds nice. Oh, do you know what? I went to this really lovely place. I think it's called Creams in Crawley once. And oh my gosh, I had crepes with melted white chocolate and strawberries. Oh my gosh, it was so delicious. It was so good. That was before I was gluten-free. I don't know if they have gluten-free crepes or anything. My stepmom actually did gluten-free waffles once. They were really nice. I hadn't had waffles before, but they were really tasty. Won't be long and then we'll be in summer. I actually saw some daffodils on the way to Hawley on Friday rather. I thought, oh, it's a bit early for daffodils, isn't it? I've seen a few crocuses come up, but yeah, I hadn't seen daffodils this early before. But you know, it's nice to see some daffodils. Just hope we don't have any major frosts now. Fingers crossed. Although it was a little bit frosty this morning. My dad changed the battery in my car on Saturday. I had to go to get a new battery because my car was having problems starting. So yeah, I had to change the battery, and it was a bit harder than what you think nowadays. They used to just be able to get to the battery quite easily, but with the car I've got, it's a 2013 model, but it was really, really difficult to get into, to take some things out of the engine to get to the battery. So they do make things a little bit more complicated nowadays, don't they? I'm going to put a bit more white there. There we go. A little bit white there now. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is going to do a little white work in my little buds. Yeah, it does seem to, yeah, all the daffodils are coming out. I love spring. I love seeing all of the flowers coming out. I think I'm one of those people that just likes every season as it comes around. I'm just like, oh, this season's my favourite. Get to spring, I'm just like, yes, spring, lots of flowers, and then summer, lovely weather. Then autumn, I love getting cozy, and you think, oh, autumn's coming, and you see all the beautiful leaves and all the colours. Then you have Christmas to look forward to in winter. January and February, always some of those months that you think, oh my gosh, spring's such a long way away. Before you know it, though, I can't believe how quick the last 2 months have gone. I think time just speeds up, especially when you're busy and you've got loads of things to. I think also when you have things to look forward to as well, it's always good. I actually had a phone call from a lady the other day from pain management, and she said, oh, you know, you have to have things to look forward to because you have to she said, with fibromyalgia, you kind of have to heal the central nervous system because what happens is your body is kind of on a, you know, when you're in pain, you have that kind of short-term fight or flight response. And she said, obviously, it's usually something traumatic that's happened, and your body kind of just hasn't really realised that you're out of that fight and flight response. But I did take a lot of advice of what she did mention, and yeah, I've got different things to try, so I'm all about helping myself. You know, you've got to help yourself, haven't you, really? Find ways to enjoy things. So that's my plan. So I've got lots of ideas from the lady. She was really, really helpful, actually. You know, she gave me lots of advice. So yeah, so fingers crossed. This year I've decided I've got lots of different changes to make. So in 6 months I'll be doing cartwheels on the table. Hopefully, if I start to feel better, fingers crossed. You never know. Did I? Yeah, I did do that one. Okay. So yeah, so I've just done a tiny little bit of white work on the buds. Gosh, is it really? 122 days till the open days. That's not long. We would better start preparing, Jane. Start making demos now, I think we'll have to. There we go. So I've done, let me come out a little bit. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I know, well, I'm all about the entertainment, Jackie. In 6 months, hopefully, if I'm feeling better, I'll do a headstand on the chair. Yeah, maybe not on the table. Knowing me, spirit animal of a panda, I'll probably fall off, then be back to square one. Okay, so now I'm going to do the white work in the little flowers. Yeah, I always look forward to the open days. Always something to look forward to. That's too big. So I've got 1.5 here. Actually, I'm going to use my number 3 and 4 of my Groovi tools, I think. Because I can use the number 3. So what I'm going to do first is, in these flowers here, come in a little bit closer. I'm going to just do the little white work for the middle of the flowers. And also the little white work on the little flowers as well. So there we go. That's there. And we can start off with doing my little centres for the. I'll do the centres for the flowers first, and then I'll come around and do all the outsides, I think. The nice thing is with this, you could do whatever colours you wanted. I mean, I've kind of done pink and red. So the background, the companion paper is red. So the flowers are red, but the background's pink. But you can do whatever colours you want. I think this would look lovely in like purple or blue or green, or even the whole background here in a lovely deep red, because you've got those lovely colours from the Dorso crayons you can mix. So many uses for the Dorso crayons. Okay, just going around doing my little centres. There you go. Quite looking forward to doing a little bit of grid work in the centres. I don't think we've done some grid work on our Groovi project for a while. I do love a little bit of grid work. I used to love making them, just kind of making random grids. There we go. So I've done my little centres. They pop a little bit. Yes, purple with orange and gold. That would look gorgeous. That's true. That's a good idea, Jane. So a purple background with orange flowers and some gold. Is that what you mean, Jay? Or an orange background with purple flowers? Purple background with orange flowers and some gold highlights. I know, it's such a fun couple of days, the open days, and then the workshops as well. They really top it off. It's so much fun. I'm going to use number 3. So just a tiny little bit of white work at the edges, tiny little flicks. I'm going to use my Groovi guard. Either. Or maybe we could do that with this one then. Instead of doing pink and red, I'll do purple and orange. Not my usual colours, so we could have some fun. Do something different. What does everybody think? Shall I change my colours? Do purple background and orange flowers? Would be quite nice actually, I think. I mean, it's exactly the same. Just a little bit of a change. There we go. I wonder if that golden ticket has gone in any parcel yet. Pardon me. I've got a catch in my throat. Hold on. Sorry, everyone. That's better. Sorry, everyone, about that. I had a catch on my throat. There we go. Where was I? Flowers. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Yeah, I think that would be nice. Oh, navy and orange. That would be nice too. That's true. All these choices. I'll decide. Maybe I'll make up my mind next week. So purple and orange or navy and orange. That would be quite nice. What have I got in the polychromos? I have got a purple and a polychromo. I could add a little bit of a blue to the purple. That'd be nice. Like a bluer purple than the purple that we've got. I think that's the violet is the polychromo. I mean, or you have the Dorso crayons. You could use Dorso crayons if you wanted to for the background. So whatever you like colouring. Yeah. Mix a bit of blue with the violet, I think. That'd be nice. Let's change my colour scheme. That means I mean, that's the nice thing about the companion papers. There's so many different colours in one pad. It's not like a colour tone one where you just have all reds or all the oranges. You've got such a lovely mix in the companion papers. Little flowers. Okay, so yeah. Probably not going to get these flowers done today. So what I might do next week is just finish off the white work in these flowers. And then we can get cracking into some colour. We'll colour in the border. Where am I? Yeah, there we are. I thought I was halfway through doing a flower. Could use the chipped sapphire distress oxide in the background. Oh, that's an idea. haven't used oxides on parchment on Groovi Tuesday yet. That's a good idea. Okay, I think what I'll do is I'll leave it there for now. Next week I'll finish off the little flowers. Let me come out a little bit. Hello, there we go. I'll finish off the little flowers in the border, the white work, and then we'll head on to some colouring. So yeah, I might use a little distress oxide next week. That might be fun. Haven't done that yet on Groovi Tuesday, so it might be nice to show. Also, if you wanted to, you could use the straight grid to do some little dots in here, or you can leave that and do a different colour there if you wanted to. Or you could get your sticky ink at the end and put some glitter there, or use your sticky ink and use your foil. That would look nice. Maybe do some little gold foiling highlights at the end again. That'd be quite cool. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. There we go. Okay, so thank you for joining me today. Thank you to Jane for keeping everybody company and putting up those links in the chat, and also has been giving me some information on my phone. So yeah, the gold foil would look really nice, wouldn't it, Jane? Yeah, so we'll leave it there. We'll carry on next week. If you wanted to try some of the distress oxides, I might have a little go with the distress oxide. Otherwise, you've got obviously anything that you wanted to use, like your pergoliners, polychromos, your Dorso crayons, whatever you want to use. We can still follow the same tricks. So that'll be fun. So at 2 p.m, Paul and myself, we're going to be back showing you some lovely artwork from the design team in the garden collection. Really lovely plates and such gorgeous artwork. So yeah, I'm going to be showing those, and then along with some other little bits that are always helpful when you're doing Groovi. So yeah, and the gold foil does sound good actually. That's half price, I believe, the gold foil in the sale. I might get some more. Okay, right, I'm going to go. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you hopefully at 2 p.m. with Paul. And then, where are we now? Tuesday. On Thursday, I think it's Thursday. Yes, Thursday, 7 p.m. Barbara is doing her craft along with that lovely, have I got it here? I don't think I've got it here. It's that lovely demo with the using the lovely names for the books. I love that. So yeah, we're going to be, that's at 7 p.m. And then on Friday, Deborah and Paul are going to be here at 10 and 2. So that's always fun as well. So got a fun week ahead to enjoy the member sale in. And so I'll see you at 2 p.m. Take care, everyone. So lovely to have your company. Take care. Bye.